Welcome to this week's video, and today I'm going to be going through my favourite trading application or site. If that's the sort of thing you're interested in, stay tuned. Otherwise, I'm not really sure why you're here or why you even clicked. I should probably preempt this and tell you that none of the things that I'm about to tell you are financial advice. Clearly not financial advice, because that's pretty fucking obvious. You're still here, so that means you are probably interested in seeing what this video is about. Yeah. Now I want to introduce you to, I've previously introduced you to BUX, which you can find the link here or wherever I put it. And while I do still use the BUX app, what I also use to trade is T212 or Trading 212, and that's what this video is going to be about. There are a number of reasons why I like this. For one, I'm a boomer and I like having a web application at the same time.
Thanks, boomer!
But one of the features really allows me to do more than other applications can, and that's the pies features, which I'll go into in a bit.
Pies, 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 pies.
But anyway, let's get into the video about Trading 212. First and foremost, for me, it has to be easy to use. Usability is kind of key, and if it isn't easy to use, then I will not use it.
I ain't gonna lie.
Simple as that. One of the things I did like about Trading 212 or T212 is that the sign-up process is, again, very simple, very easy to use.
Simple, very simple.
Big plus side for me. Once you've put in all your information, sent your documents, because you obviously have to prove who you are, all your KYC sort of stuff, which was very simple and easy to do. So what I'll do is I'll take you through, one of the things you can do in this as well is switch to practice mode, so I'll take you through the app on my phone in practice mode and go through some of the things that I actually really like about the app versus other different apps like this. You get me? Right, let's switch over to the phone. So when you log into the phone, the first screen you get to is your watch list. You can add obviously any different ones you want onto this watch list. Very nice and easy, simple way of doing that. Edit your watch list. You can then manage which ones are on there. You can take ones away, or if you just, so I can remove, don't want those, let's get rid of these, don't want them, no idea who they are, let's get rid of some of these bad boys, and then save that. If I want to add one, I literally go to the search, so let's go for some dividend ones, let's go for AT&T, add to my watch list, BP, add to my watch list. So using the watch list and everything like that, again, very simple to do. Like I said, this is in practice mode, so it's exactly the same as it when it's in live mode. I just at the bottom here, I click to switch to real money and that would disappear, etc, etc. So now if I go to what I probably would say is my favorite feature, that's to the pies. The pies is, essentially it's like making your own ETF, if that makes sense, but you have to do all the balancing yourself. So when you can create a pie, you can copy a pie. So if I click on Open Pie Library, I can then go to other people's. So like here, for example, here's a almost daily dividends. So I can click on this one. 32,000 people are using this. It gives you an annual return rate on average of about 7%. So it's not the greatest, but it doesn't tell me what the dividend payout is. Let me have a quick look. So again, it tells me all about the pie owner. I'm able to then copy the pie and use that myself. It tells me all of the slices that are in the pie, so all the different companies that pay out on that. So it's a pretty good dividend pie. It doesn't, like I said, tell me the dividend amount on this. Maybe if I click on, so I can copy the pie, available for real, yeah, okay, funded. So I can only do that when I'm in real money, but then I can create a pie, for example, so I can go, let's go dividend pies, so I'm gonna add in all of these ones at the top. So I'll add 10 slices to my pie. And if I go next, I can then do an investment in that pie. Oh no. There we go, so I wanna do investments, so I'm going to do next, manually invest, I can name it dividends pie, Done. Now what I can do is I've got 5,000 of fake money in there, so what I can do is I can then fund that pie. So I could say then I'm going to put all 5,000 into that pie. So that will then invest all of the funds into that pie. And you can see here all of the different holdings. It only says 90% on the screen because I think one of the markets is shut, so the National Grid won't invest until the market is done. So when the market is open, it will do that and it will top the rest of them off. You can see there it's got an even split between all of the different slices of the pie. I've said pie so many times right now, it's going to drive me nuts. You can then change as well, so you can get it to auto invest your dividends as well. You can also do auto invest per month, so it tells you how much you would have should you put an initial deposit in there, and then how much you wish to deposit every single month. So you can do an automatic invest in there, which is great. You can set your goal with your pie as well, so you can set exactly what you want to get out of it. There we go, it's all deposited, all done. I really like this aspect because it means I can lump the things that I like all together, and it limits some of the exposure in the same way an ETF would at the same time. But obviously I have to balance these pies, so I try not to make them too complicated. I've got one for REITs, so I've got a property one, and I do have one for energy companies as well, which has a mixture of old style energy, oil and gas, and a mixture of new style solar and things like that. So I use them for that because it helps me spread out and clump together the different sorts of industries that I like, but I understand that it still might be not something that you declare to do. But for me, like I said, I went for the stocks I did based on some research I did, but you never know how they're going to perform. So for me, it helps me balance that sort of risk if I put them into this pie. And so if some go down, some go up, it kind of helps balance out exactly like an ETF would, right? And if you don't know what an ETF is, again, there's a link, click it, and you will find the ETF thing of wonderment. Or just a video I made on ETFs is probably the more accurate statement, which it is. Back to the app. It also has a really good social side as well. So there's a really good social feed that you can follow either different themes, so you can go into Jesus Christ memes or whatever you would like to do. If you look at the communities themselves, you can see memes, dividends, cannabis, ETFs, penny stocks, S&P 500, value investing, etc, etc, etc. But you can actually join the communities around even the companies themselves too. So if you want to get more insight into specific companies that you're trading in, then you can do that as well. Or if you just generally want to follow ETFs or dividends and stuff like that, a really great way to follow the sorts of things that are coming out and getting some tips directly to your phone, which is actually really useful. And then at the same time, you can go to the pies. It gives you all the different pies that currently exist. Again, the word pie has been said a lot.
314 pies.
But they're pretty useful. I quite like them. I'm not gonna lie. And so yeah, you can see all of the passive investing, happy retirement, ETFs, anything that you want to look into. I haven't copied anyone else's pie. I've just got my own. But at the same time, there are lots on offer, so maybe go for the easy option or whatever. It caters for everything. You also get your notifications as well. So these are actually just live notifications that are coming through and tells me when I've done stuff. Other than that, it's really very simple to invest in stuff. Finding stocks, it's got a nice breakdown of the actual companies as well. So you can see your current investment, the company details. It gives you a nice big amount of information there. It also gives you a nice amount on the ratios. You can tell the dividend yields, everything that you might need to know on there, the financial summaries, the income statements, the balance sheets, cash flow, a bit of history, and the instrument details as well, which I think, again, is a lot more in detail than some of the other ones you have. So again, BUX, I like to use it. I use it for any time that I make money online, it goes into my BUX, but any money I put in my account personally goes into Trading 212, so that's how I kind of break down the two. Now, Trading 212 has exactly the same features on their web app or website, whatever you want to call it, as they do on their app. It just sometimes makes it easier if I'm sat doing my work to look or manage my investments, which is a bonus. I like it. Like I said, for me, this has a mixture of all of the different things that I could potentially want. It allows me to follow the more social side of things and see what's happening within areas that I'm interested in. It allows me to get a decent level of information about that particular company or stock directly in the app as well, without having to go to different websites. It equally allows me to split up and create my own, yes, I'm gonna say it, pies.
Did somebody say pie?
For my investments and group them together, which allows me to fund them directly via that as well. And then any returns that come back out from dividends then go directly back into the pie as well. So again, this makes it really easy for me to set up something and manage it in that way of my own picking and not just having an ETF. You can equally buy numerous ETFs, more than you could ever want, within the app as well. So Trading 212 has a great selection of stocks, stock markets, etc. through the app and the website. And I know they're not the cheapest. I know that there are cheaper options out there now that offer commission-free trading, for all BUX being one of them. So I think they're actually cheaper than BUX. But when you look at the breakdown, I'll put a breakdown on the screen that I'll grab from the internet to show you the breakdown of the prices and the fees that they charge. But I equally think they're very reasonable for what they offer too. So for me, I'm happy with the fees that I pay. I don't feel like with the trading volume I do, it's that expensive. I do think that it offers me more than some of the others do, which I think is more valuable. So for me, on balance, it is my favorite trading app to use. Would I recommend that you guys use this trading app? Yeah, that's why I'm making a video on it, obviously. It's pretty self-explanatory really, isn't it? I don't know why I do these things. At the end of the day, there will always be an app that provides more or less or costs less or whatever. But for me, like I said, this is my preferred trading app of choice. I use two, BUX and Trading 212. If you'd like to try Trading 212, I'm pretty sure you can click on my link in the description and that will give you access to free shares on Trading 212. They only actually open up the ability to sign up for an account every now and then. There's actually a waiting list, so hopefully this will work when you try, but let me know in the comments whether that was successful or not. If you have any feedback or you would like to see anything particular, whether it's to do with stocks, shares, anything like that, or just my really weird opinion on things, then drop me a comment and let me know. Thanks very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you when I do another one, I suppose. Yeah. I can't get the stuff today, can we? Fuck. But thanks very much for watching this video. Give me a like, subscribe, all that sort of things.